All right, hello, grade 6. For your first daily lesson today, we're going to have a grammar lesson in our Grammargen book. We are starting a new unit comparing the present and past simple. Today, we're focusing on the verb be. You guys use this verb all the time, whether you know it or not, because it sounds a little different once we change it for the subject. So let's look at this first box here. Then we're going to jump over to the box on the next page. And then I'll quickly run through the different activities you need to complete. The verb be tells who, what, or where the subject is or was. That sounds like a bunch of random words strung together. Let's look at these examples and then you will understand what that means. First, let's look at the present simple, present tense, things happening now. I am a news reporter. She is always honest. They are on the playground. For the present tense, be, we say am for I, is for he, she, or it, and are for they. Now, we need to make that negative. If it's not true, we add not after the verb. I'm not, she isn't, they aren't. Now, if you want to make this contraction here, this is the same as saying she is not. You can make the contraction with the apostrophe in the middle, or you can just write she is not. It doesn't matter to me. Now, if we jump to the past, things that happened yesterday, 2 days ago, last weekend, and last December, we use was if we're talking about I, or he, she, it, or a name. We use was. If we're talking about we use were. Same thing, if it's negative, we just need to add not. We can make that contraction with the N apostrophe T. Now, let's flip over to this next box with yes or no questions. To make yes or no questions, you need to place the verb be before the subject. As you can see in the examples here, it's always at the beginning. Present or past, be comes first. So, we're talking to you or they, we use are you, are they. If we're talking about a person or he or she, use is. Is James? Is he? Is she? To answer, yes, I am. Yes, he is. The verb stays the same. You just need to say yes, the subject, then the same verb. If it's not true, you add not onto the end. Same with the past, the verb goes at the beginning, but the changes are if we have you or your, we use were. He, she, it, or a name, we use was. Were you popular? Was she a cheerleader? Were your parents outside? Same with the answers, exact same as present. Now let's jump through this different activities real quick and then you guys can get to work. If you want to pause the video at any time, you can. If you want to look back, you can, or you always have the boxes to refer to. Part A, you need to plug in these forms of the verb be into the blanks. Part B, they just don't give you the choices. You need to figure out which form of the verb be goes in the blanks. Number 1, trees and flowers are all plants. There's one for you right there if you're paying attention. Now over here, for some questions, you need to complete the questions in the past simple. They're in the present, you need to change it to the past. Down here, you look at the pictures and complete the dialogue. They've asked a question, connect to each picture, you look at the picture to answer it. On the next page, you need to either switch from the present to the past, or down here, you switch from the past to the present with the verb be. Here, you're completing some more dialogues. Questions, answers. You can look at these clues to figure out if you're answering yes or no. Down here, you have some more pictures to complete dialogues. You are given whether it's yes or no, and then you need to fill in the rest based on what you see in the pictures. Last, grammar for writing. You're going to complete the passage about him and his friends based on this old photo. An old photo means the past.